but oh, Takita just entered. I need to pop this up. The way I share that. Takita, hi, welcome. You're just in time for our networking and game. Well, actually, it's kind of like a business brainstorming game. In real life, if we could meet, we would each have one of these and you guys would keep it as like a tic-tac-toe. But here we are virtually, so we'll just talk about it. So we have like different topics. What is your mission statement? What books are you on your reading list? What is your niche? How do you present your business for success? How do you wind down your day? What gap does my business fill? What are 2 things I can do to increase my visibility? How do I meet my target audience where they are? And how do you keep yourself refreshed throughout the day? So does anyone have a topic that they want to share out about or start off with? Like maybe you guys could all get familiar with yourselves, like sharing out like about your niche, who you work with, or your mission statement, you know, like the aims and values of your businesses.
Yeah, that would be great. So I could, pinpoint what everyone could work on for taxes purposes and what they could do in their business. So me knowing what they do and how long they've been in business, I could try to tailor it to them.
Ooh, yeah. All right. Well, Jerry is willing to differentiate for you. Yes, awesome. So let me see, has anyone added anything into our chat? Good evening. Again.
Somebody say any topic?
We could pick any topic, but I was thinking, because not everyone knows each other. So like maybe if someone wanted to share out, about their niche, who they're serving, and about their business and their mission, the values, as Jerry was mentioning, like the years, just to get to know each other a little bit better.
I'll start if that's okay.
Sure, thank you.
My name is Erica. I am a mobile notary and a loan signing agent, and I just started this business in December of last year.
So you're like 1 year and 2 months.
No, 2 months. I just started December.
Oh, December. Oh, nice. I was thinking like December. Oh, 2 months. Oh, okay. Yes, this past December 2020, yes. Not December 2019. Got it.
Correct.
Awesome. Congratulations, Erica.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you.
This is exciting.
So you do all of New York or specific?
I'm in Georgia, so I do. I'm in North Georgia too. So
awesome.
45 minutes outside of Atlanta.
Okay.
A lot of people.
That's a good business. We use that a lot. Our traveling notary, he works a lot because between different clients that we have, his clients, so it's good business, especially now with COVID. Nobody really wants to travel and sit anywhere.
Yes, I wish you lived a bit closer because I actually need a notary right now. And I went to the my neighborhood and they're like, the notary guy was not there that day, or woman. I'm like, really? Yeah, it's a useful business. I see that, let's see, let me go in order here. Takita said, my way of refreshing throughout the day is meditating for a few minutes and taking music breaks. Ooh, love music. And also she added, my company is Ecstasy Creations LLC. I see you've got that LLC. Awesome, Takita. I hand make items for bath, body, and home luxury feel items at affordable prices. Wonderful. Yes, I have one of your peppermint candles in my kitchen, Takeda. It is very nice. So thank you. Sherry Ann said, oh, did anyone have anything they wanted to respond to Takeda about before we move on to Sherry Ann? Let's see.
I guess how long have you been in business? I guess that's the only thing I didn't see.
Yeah, if you could add in the chat.
She's
how long
on
you've
mute.
been in business.
We can't hear her.
She's been putting it in the chat. Yeah, maybe she.
Oh,
Can.
she's putting it in chat. Okay.
Yeah, everything that I just read was through the chat. So while we're waiting for that,
Can you hear me?
what? I
Can you
heard
hear me?
something. Oh, Christopher. Yes. Hi, Christopher.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you? Welcome.
Pretty good. Thank you. I'm a truck driver. I've been in the industry for 15 years. And I've recently moved from Atlanta. I lived in Alpharetta. Lived there for 10 years. I'm actually from West Virginia. I moved back because I'm a single parent and I needed somebody to help take care of my son so I could do some things to make some money to get my business going. I have Christopher Moss Associates LLC that I started in January of this year.
Awesome. Congrats.
I'm working on my business credit. I've done my Quill. I'm on Quill right now. I've done 2 transactions. I actually got most of my information from Stephanie Lawrence via Truck and Hustle, is where I got a majority of my information from, and then a ton of research to get to where I'm at right now.
Awesome. That's a good start. Congratulations.
Yes. Congratulations. So many new business owners. I love it.
And your business is within the trucking industry or something else?
Well, it's in the trucking industry, but I've learned so much over the last few months. It's like when I originally started my business, it was CT Moss Express. Like I wanted to do straight truck because I know trucking. I've been in the industry for 15 plus years.
Right.
But as I've learned over the last few months, so I changed my name to Christopher Moss Associates because I didn't want to pigeonhole myself into just trucking because there's other things out there. I've learned about these government contracts.
Right.
It's a few things that I've learned about. So I didn't want to pigeonhole myself. So that's why I changed my name to Associates, Christopher Moss Associates. But I'm still working towards getting a truck and a trailer just to get things going.
Okay. Also look into doing like a DBA if you want to, right? So if you don't want to associate, the Christopher, you can just doing business as XYZ Trucking, right? So it's still under Christopher, but you just do a DBA if you don't want to just keep using the associates.
So what's the DBA? That's the first time I've heard that.
So it's just like a second umbrella. It's like an umbrella, right? So Christopher Moss Associates is like the parent company, and then
Okay.
doing business as, right? That's the name that everybody would know, right? Would be ABC Trucking, right? Everybody would know ABC Trucking, but the main company is Christopher Morse, right? Associates.
Okay.
So just in case because at the end of the day, let's say the trucking business is something that you don't want to do, right? You could scrap the ABC Trucking and then you still keep the Christopher Associates, right? You could always scrap the DBA and start a new one.
Okay.
Right?
That's the first time I've heard
You
that.
can attach more DBAs. That's what I was going to
Yeah.
say. So if you want to do logistics, then you would add a logistics company. If you wanted to do real estate, so if you wanted to add other things under that umbrella, you would still have your parent company.
Okay. Okay. That's the first time I've heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could look into that just in case you want to, try to do both at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we have business experts, so you can learn those things you've never heard before. I knew I was inviting the right people when I invited Stephanie. Yes, yes, yes. All right. We're gonna need to get started with like the official program in a minute, but I want to just pay attention to Sherry Ann. She says, "Good evening. I haven't started my business yet, but I am a speech pathologist. My business will be surrounded around coaching parents on how to work with their toddler to elicit language in New York." So she's getting ready to launch. It's very exciting.
Hey, Sherry Ann, how you doing today?
Hi, good evening. I'm good. How are you?
Good, good, good.
Good, good.
Excited. Can't wait for you to start it.
Yes. Thank you.
And then let's see. I see Dakita also is thinking about doing notary and adding that to her streams of income. Technically, to answer your question earlier, Jerry, she says she started her business back in 2012, and then she went on and created her LLC in December of 2019. Awesome. Official. Yes. Love it. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. So yes, officially, welcome everyone. I'm so excited to have you all join us. And we're expecting some more people to join us and soon, hopefully. But we're gonna start out with Stephanie. Stephanie, yes, you're up first. Are you ready? I want to introduce you properly though.
Sure.
Okay, so this is Stephanie. She is the owner and CEO of Lawrence Financial Group. She works with high achieving entrepreneurs, teaching them how to double their purchasing power and increase their cash flow so they can quickly grow their businesses. So welcome, Stephanie.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much
Wow.
for having me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So as I've been introduced, today we're going to be talking about business credit. So Chris kind of mentioned that he learned some things because I did do a podcast with Truck and Hustle. And so there's a lot of trucking owner operators who definitely benefit from business credit, but all industries can benefit from building business credit. So we're going to go over the preliminary steps you would need to have in place, just having a solid foundation. So that part is really important. A lot of people jump into it because they hear about business credit, which is awesome. You know, it's good to hear about it, but you really want to know how to do it the right way. So the point of building business credit is to have an additional access to capital to be able to fund your business. So there are some people who want to start a business, but you may have some personal credit challenges, right? You know, it's not going to always be perfect when you are ready to start your business. So business credit is another avenue for you to utilize so that you can fund your business. Okay, so what we're going to go over today is just a preliminary step. It's typically a 4-step process, but we're going to go over the foundation side of it, and that's going to be the first step of the process. So kind of like what Chris touched on and what he heard, he probably got his whole foundation together. Hopefully you went through all 10 steps and was able to get your foundation set, and then you're able to actually build out your business credit. So for those of you who don't know, business credit is actually credit that is just obtained in the business's name. So your business can actually create its own business credit profile and its own business credit score, right? So it's going to be attached to your EIN number, so your tax ID number that you get when you register your business, and that is free. Okay, so that business credit profile is going to be attached to your EIN number and not your personal social security number. So the reason why it's so awesome is that, again, it doubles your borrowing ability. And then it makes you more lendable. So guys, there are companies like Walmart, Facebook, Microsoft, Apple, they all have business credit. They all have trade lines that they utilize to grow their business. And if they are these large companies using business credit to grow, we should be having the same mindset as a small business owner, right? From the very beginning, so that we can leverage that credit and grow our businesses as well. So we got to be thinking like large corporations from day one, right? So little things like, using your cell phone and using Yahoo and, all those little things, you got to throw those out of the window and get as professional as you can, so that you can be perceived as a large corporation. So when you're ready to get the funding like a large corporation, you already have your foundation set, right? So they're going to treat you how you treat your business, right? So again, another benefit is that it's completely separate from your personal credit. It has nothing to do with your personal credit. In the personal credit world, you have the FCRA that governs, what you can and cannot do. And, the 5 key factors that make up your credit score. But in the business credit world, there is no governing, right? So it's public access, it's public records. If you were to do business with another company and they wanted to take a look at your business credit profile to see if it's even worth the investment or to purchase your company, things like that, they can look up your business credit profile. And lenders, that's what they're doing. They're not going to tell you they're looking at your business credit profile when you go to the bank, but they are. So that's why you want to be sure you have this foundation in place, because they are going to Google your business. They're going to go right into Google and type it in, and whatever comes up on the internet. So if you want the internet to tell them what you do, that's okay, but it's better that it comes from you. So let's go ahead and get into what that looks like. So in the business credit world, you have what you call the main large bureaus, okay? So you have Dun & Bradstreet, which is the largest credit bureau for business credit. You have Equifax Small Business, and you have Experian Commercial. So that is where the data is housed on your business credit profiles. They each have different scoring models and how they weigh the factors that make up your credit score. But it's the main key factor to keep in mind is how well does the business pay its bills, okay? So instead of having those 5 key factors in the personal credit world where it's payment history and credit utilization and length of credit history and new credit inquiries and credit mix, you don't have to worry about that. It's how well does the business pay its bills. Okay, so that's why this is perfect for startups. If you don't have cash flow, if you don't have collateral, and if you don't have great credit, and it gives you that competitive advantage to tap into your business credit so that you can have access to some type of capital to fund your business. All right, so every highly successful business in America has business credit. Okay, they have a profile, and that is what's going to help you really grow your business when you're ready. And so I highly recommend you start building your business credit before you need it. Just like your personal credit, you want to have access to it. You want it to be there before you need it, because when you need it and you're desperate for it, that's when the banks don't give it to you. Have you ever noticed that? When your back is up against the wall and you're desperate for that loan, you're desperate for that money, you're desperate to get that credit card, right? You get no's all the way around. No, right? But when you're in position and your credit is great, it's the other way around. They start throwing offers at you, right? Oh, hey, Mr. So-and-so, I see that you just opened your account at Chase, and we want to know if you want to sign up for this $35,000 loan, right? They start throwing money at you because they see that you are in a great position. So you're treated differently. Okay, so if your personal credit is in alignment and your business credit is in alignment, you have access to more capital. All right, so even though business credit can be built with personal credit challenges, I wouldn't be me if I didn't tell you, you should always pay attention to both. Fix your personal credit as well as build your business credit at the same time. You don't have to treat them independently and say, hey, I'll wait to do this and I'll wait to do that. It's advised you to do both at the same time. To be credit healthy on both ends, you will be unstoppable. So let me just throw that in there, even though we're talking about business credit. Okay. All right, so you want to be sure your business is set up credibly. And when I mean credibly, this is what the lenders and the creditors are looking at, the perceived value of your business. So they want to look at your business and know that you're taking it seriously. So step one is to be sure you have your company name and you're having an established legal entity. Okay, and so what that means is that you're either incorporated as a corporation or an LLC. If you choose to be a sole proprietor, you are still utilizing your social security number. So I always recommend you to still consult with a tax preparer or tax accountant, someone who specializes in that area to decide what is best for your type of business, because they'll know how they're going to be filing your taxes and your expenses and things like that. But you definitely want to have a legal entity. If you're a sole proprietor, you're taking all of the legal liability, right? So there are people out there who are like, hey, yeah, build business credit as a sole proprietor. But what is the point of that? You might as well just use your personal credit. There's no point in that, right? You're taking on the legal liability, and business credit as a legal entity is what helps differentiate that. It separates your personal credit and your personal finances from your business finances. That's the whole benefit of it. So why would you screw that up by operating as a sole proprietor, right? And there's so many other tax advantages, which I'm sure Jerry would be able to fill you guys in on when it comes to that. But you want to have a legal entity. So that's step one. All right. Step two is to get your EIN number. So your EIN number is what your business is going to be identified with. That's what you're going to use to file your taxes. And you can get it for free. So there are going to be sites that if you Google apply for my EIN, there will be sites you fill out the whole application, go through the whole steps, and that at the end, and it's like $97. No, right? Make sure you go to irs.gov and get it for free, right? Just go straight to irs.gov. There will be sites that try to fool you and charge you at the end. And a lot of people end up falling for it, but it's free, guys, right? Painless 2-3 minute process. And make sure you save the PDF document that comes up on the screen. A lot of people, get the confirmation letter and they don't save it. So they don't have that document to take to the bank to open up their bank account. Then you'll have to call the IRS and get a secondary copy. So make sure you download it right then and there, okay? As soon as it come up on the screen, the PDF pops up and you hit download, and save to your computer so you have it for your records, okay? Don't forget to do that step. Step 3 is having a business address, okay? It is okay to work from home. I'm not saying anything is wrong with it. I work from home, right? It is okay to work from home, but for lenders and creditors to take you seriously, they want to know that you're taking your business seriously, right? That you're not just a random person working in your mom's basement or your cousin's garage, or right, which is still okay. That's probably where you started. We all have a starting point, just like Amazon and Facebook, all of them, they started somewhere as well. But what the lenders are looking at when they Google your business, how you type in Google and the address shows up and a picture of the building shows up of where you're located, your home is going to show up. So if you're registered with your home address, your home is going to show up and they're going to say, I don't know if this business is for real. Right? And this is what their consumers are seeing too. So they're like, okay, you want a brick and mortar business to show up for your address. All right. So if you don't have a brick and mortar building address, an alternative is to get a virtual office address. Okay. And the virtual office address, you want to be sure that it's dedicated to you. So when you apply for it, you want to ask certain questions like, okay, is this address going to be for my business? Am I going to be sharing it with somebody else? Right. So you want to be sure you're asking that the address is going to be dedicated for your business, right? Home address is going to be the last resort. Because remember, business credit is public record. It's public record. So if I Google your business and you register with your home and somebody wants to pull up and drive by, it's public record, okay? So it's another thing for just a layer of protection so people don't know where you live, all right? So if you want to think about it that way. Get a virtual office address. There are several resources to find one that's reasonably priced for your area. Regis is pretty much nationwide, so you should be able to find a location that services your city and state. Okay, and then you just find what fits your budget. You don't need all the extra services, the office and the corporate room and all that, the conference room and things like that. Just get the address. All right. Next is have a business phone number. It is okay to use your cell phone number, okay? I use my cell phone number for my business. However, I have a business phone number, a dedicated line for my business, right? When they're doing their Google research on your business, it will tell them if you're using a home phone number or a cell phone number. Remember, technology tells people everything, right? So it will come up that you're using one of those. So you want to be sure you have a dedicated number for your business, preferably an 800 toll-free number, okay? You want an 800 toll-free number that gives your business the perception that you are a larger corporation. You can get that number forwarded to your cell phone and you just know that, okay, this is a business call because it rings differently or whatever from your service provider, but you're still having a business phone number, okay? Very, very, very important. So make sure you get a toll-free number, any variation of a toll-free number. So 800, typically 800 is the most expensive, but if you want to do a variation of that to make it a little bit cheaper, you can do that. 833-844-855-866-877-888, okay? Those are totally fine, but you want an 800 toll-free number, okay? And you want a fax number. So if they have a package where you could do phone and fax, make sure you get phone and fax. There will be credit applications you need to fax in. And then it just makes you look more credible as well. Everything in the foundation is about credibility, okay? Based on the lenders and the creditors and what they're looking for, okay? Next, 5, you want to have a professional email address. A professional email address. So I think we're at 6. So we did phone, fax, 6. So email address. Okay. No more Yahoo, no more Hotmail, Gmail, AOL, Ymail. The list goes on and on, right? So they want to know that you're taking your business serious, right? Business email addresses are too inexpensive for you not to be able to invest in your business, right? When you secure your domain name with GoDaddy or wherever, add the email address with it. Okay, is the cheapest one plan I've seen is $4.99 a month. Okay, so you must have a professional email address that is at your domain name. You don't want to use Google for your business phone number. It'll get flagged. Okay, you want a voice over IP number where you can actually register your voice on the voicemail. Yeah, you don't want to use Google. It'll get flagged. Okay. Yeah, so business email address at your domain name. So no more, I like to party 2004 yahoo.com, right? It's gonna be admin, info, hello, support, your first name at yourbusinessname.com. Okay. So again, make sure you're checking your domain at the same time that you register your business name to be sure that that domain name is available. Okay. So you want to make sure that it matches so that when you are ready to create that email address, it matches.
Pull up your damn pants.
I'm sorry.
How's your
question? Oh, no.
I'm not sure. I muted.
Okay.
I'm not sure what.
Okay, cool. All right. After you get your email address, you want to make sure you have website and social media online presence. Again, everything reverts back to them researching your business. Okay. So you're going to have a website. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Don't go out and spend $1,000 to get a website done. Okay. It can be a one-page website as long as it includes what you do, right? What are the services you provide? So a client comes to your website, they know what services they're getting, and your contact information. So your email address, your phone number, and your physical address. That is what they're looking for on your website to match the information that you're going to be putting on your credit applications. Make sense? right? So you want to be sure that those core items are on your website. Again, it could be a one-page website. Hey, I'm Stephanie. This is what I do. This is the services I offer. This is how they can reach me. Here's the contact page, right? Name, email, phone number, address. Okay. As long as that information is on the site and they can come there and find out what it is that you do, what's the service you provide, you're good to go. Okay. Social media online presence is really important as well, because again, that's what they're looking for. What's the online presence saying about you? So don't have them figure it out and piece it together. You tell them, right? So have your Facebook page, your LinkedIn, you know, an Instagram, a YouTube if you can. Okay. All right, and then you want to register your business with 411. Make sure you do this because again, the more listings you have, the easier it is for them to find your business. You can use listyourself.net to register your business with 411 National Directory. I know that's so antiquated, like who uses 411 anymore? But you have to be listed for the creditors and lenders to find you, okay? So you want to be sure that 800 number you got and your business is listed in the national directories, as many as possible, all right? So the first option is listyourself.net. If you went with Ring Central to purchase your phone line and your fax number, they actually list your business for you. But again, if you wanted to do it yourself, listyourself.net, all right? And then you wanna open up a business bank account, okay? Open up a business bank account. That's gonna make you official because lenders and creditors perceive your business start date the day you open your bank account. If you open your LLC or started your LLC 10 years ago and you opened your bank account yesterday, your business started yesterday, okay? That's what they're looking at. So if you go into the bank tomorrow and say, oh, I want to apply for a credit card, I want to apply for a loan, you're gonna be like, what? You just opened yesterday. No, you're not established. So as soon as you get that corporation document from the state, Secretary of State, and you get your EIN, you take those two documents and go to the bank and open a business bank account and then keep all personal transactions out of there. I'm sure Jerry's going to touch on that too, but keep all personal transactions out of there, okay? Do not commingle, right? Just business transactions. All right, so those are the foundation steps to getting your business credit started. Do not skip any of them, no matter how tempting it is. Do not try to go and get an American Express credit card, okay, without doing these steps. Be sure you have your foundation strong and secure because that's what lenders perceive you to be credible. All right, so that is my presentation for today for you to start building your business credit profile. And if you want more information, feel free to download my free guide. I'll drop the link. Can I put it in the chat?
Yeah, absolutely, please.
Bit.ly, biz credit.
And I mean, we also, we're a little bit behind, but I know Christopher has had his hand raised for a while. He definitely has a question. I don't want
sure.
to go unanswered. So if we could just like,
sure, go ahead. And I'll try to answer quickly.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, it's actually pretty funny because I didn't realize my hand had been up the whole time.
Yeah, it's been up for a while.
I didn't even know
can't
that I
see
could
that
take
part.
it down. It's all good though, but no, I my question was, and you already answered it. That's the funny thing. I did everything step by step the way that you said to do it, Stephanie.
Okay.
I originally did it before I actually discovered all this information that I got from you, wasting my time at the bank and stuff. But anyway, I did everything step by step. And like I said, I'm in the process. I'm doing the Quill. Quill was who I went with. I think I was told that they report to the business or the credit bureaus like every week or something like that. So I went with Quill. And I remember that you said that you have to do it's 5 transactions or 6 transactions.
No. So Quill is going to be contingent upon the business. So they'll look at your business credit profile and they'll determine if you have to pay for your first few orders before they give you a net 30-day account. Some people get approved right away, and some people have to make a couple of transactions, like pay for their first few orders before they're approved for a net 30-day account. So is that what you were asking, or were you asking for trade lines to move to the next step?
Well, I did the net 30. They got me on the net 30 now.
Okay.
I did everything exactly the way that you said, exactly the way that you, like, I listened to that podcast about 50 times.
A lot of
just
people
to
have.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that I did it right. Like, I mean, I know that this stuff, like, you guys wouldn't be saying that it worked if it didn't work. So that's why I listened to it so many times. I did it exactly the way that I said it. But anyway, my issue at the time was, like, when I tried to register with 411, it was like the biggest headache ever. They kept trying to send me to, like, anyway, it doesn't matter. I got it all set up now. I did the listyourself.net.
Okay.
It took me a while to find that, but I found that at listyourself.net, and then I did the yellow pages also. But as far as everything that you said to do, I've done it, and everything seems to be going the way that it's supposed to go. So what my question was, like I said, you do 5 transactions before you go on to tier 2.
Not 5 transactions, 5 payment experiences. So what that means is if you do Quill, and then you have an account with like Uline, and then an account with Granger, depending on how many bureaus they report to, that determines how many trade lines you have.
So how many trade lines should I have at one time just to get to tier 2?
You want to have about 5.
So I should have like a Quill account, a Granger account.
Again, it's going to depend on how many they report to. So that's a more specific question. So when you get the guide, I can send you kind of a breakdown of who they report to, but just for time's sake, because I know other people need to present.
Right.
Yeah, I can send that to you so that you'll know who they report to.
Okay, this is cool too, because I was scratching my head like, how can I get in touch with her? I know that you're super busy, but I didn't know who to turn to because I wasn't really sure. But anyway, I know that people had to go on. So
yeah, I'll drop my email so you can email me.
Okay, I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Everyone give Stephanie a clap. Thank you.
Thank you guys for being here.
So yes, moving along, we have Jerry Gilbert. Okay, and Jerry Gilbert is the founder and owner of A to Z Tax Services. He specializes in working with individuals, small businesses, and family partnerships. And Jerry's intention is to serve people who want affordable tax preparation. Welcome, Jerry.
Hi, how's it going? How's everyone doing today?
Good. Nice to see thumbs up from Schneidine.
So with taxes, with business taxes, it's so broad, right? But I'm going to touch some points that Stephanie has spoken about and explain to everyone how it could benefit them in the long run while they're doing their businesses. Because everybody's in different states. So in New York State, LLCs, usually once you start your LLC, you would have to run a publication. And each borough charges a different fee for their publication. So like Brooklyn, that would be Kings County, it was like $5.90, I believe. Bronx is the most expensive one. It's close to the most expensive, like $8.90. Manhattan is about $1,000. So depending on the location that you are in, and if you're starting an LLC, because New York City still runs under the old governed laws for LLCs running publications. So a lot of people tend to just open corporations, 720S, right, and file as a small business. So that's a cheaper route most people take versus running an LLC. But LLC is the way to go. As far as commingling business accounts, that's a big no-no with the IRS. A lot of people tend to do that, especially when they're starting their business. They will use their personal account and then mix it with their business account. And then when it tax season comes, there's like what's personal, what's business, and that's a big red flag. So what I would recommend is the minute you start your LLC, you get your EIN, bring that to the bank, start your account, and separate every transaction that you have. The old days of saving receipts, people still do, but you have so much records with these bank accounts now, you could have everything line item, right? So with, let's for example, Chase will give you a breakdown, a pie of all your expenses for the year. So when you start doing your taxes, everything is already categorized for you. So it's up to you as the business owner to keep track of all the proper expenses that you have, right? Let's see, office space. So a lot of people is working from home. A lot of people got to be careful about that because the IRS, when they say work from home, that area that you work has to be exclusively used for business. It can't be used for anything else, right? So a little loophole is for people that have inventory, right? So if you have inventory that, just like the young lady said, she has candles, right? That's a good one because the IRS allows you to have inventory in your home, and you could use that space that you're using and saving your inventory. Now you could use that square footage during your taxes and report that as office space, right? So if it's non-inventory, then that area has to be super exclusive just for that area, right? Where only you do business or you do transaction within that compound of that apartment or house. Traveling. A lot of people don't record their miles when they're small business owners, right? Ubers, because now Uber has a business side, I believe, where you could track your expenses. So if you travel a lot with clients or meet clients, if you're taking Ubers, sign up with Uber for their business part, right? Just keep records of all that expense. Traveling, if you have QuickBooks automatically records your travel, right? There's the app, the QuickBooks app automatically records it for you. There's other apps out there, I forgot their names, but recording miles is something that a lot of people is not doing, especially if you're running to the bank for the business, if you're going to Staples or any little thing that you're doing exclusively for the business, that's recording miles, right? So you have to keep that in count, like, because you're doing these things for the business. So a lot of these deductions, a lot of people miss out on, and it's a big one. What else? The young lady, I mean, Stephanie spoke about registered agent. Yes, when you do create your LLC, it's highly recommended not to use your personal address, right? There's companies out there called Northwest Registered Agent. I think they charge like $125 a year. So you could just use their address, right? So if you do create your LLC, it doesn't have to be a PO box. It cannot be a PO box. And we really don't recommend a personal address. So you could use a registered agent in the beginning until you find your brick and mortar, right? So let's say some people work from home and they don't have a place that they could use. I would highly recommend using a registered agent, and it becomes an expense, right? So yes, it becomes an expense, but at the end of the day, during tax season, you can write that off, right? That becomes your startup cost, right? Keep track of your phone, right? A lot of people use their personal phone, and their business as one phone. Be mindful, right, when doing that, because how much time do you really use? The IRS is a gray area with the IRS, like you're using your personal phone as business as well. So be mindful, like how much deductions you take off of that cell phone bill, right? You can't expense the entire thing, right? Because you still use it for personal use, right? People working from home, the internet, right? You can't deduct the entire use of it because you still use it at the end of the day for personal use. So be mindful of how much deductions you're taking using business and personal, especially when you're working from home or if you're not at an office, right? What else? Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah. That's all I have for everybody today.
Does anyone have any questions?
Any questions?
Jerry?
And I'll be happy to answer them. Because I know a lot of people is from different states.
Hi, Jerry. This is Schneidine here. How are you?
Hi, how you doing today?
I'm fantastic. I am from Stamford, Connecticut.
Awesome. Nice.
And where are you from?
Brooklyn, New York.
Okay, so we're close by.
Absolutely.
Yes. Thank you so much for your information. Are you a tax agent?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so you operate with small businesses?
Yes, all small businesses, large corporations, foreign
Oh,
entities.
okay. Okay, so do you do taxes for entrepreneurs that have a day job and they're an entrepreneur, like combinations of W-2s and 1040s, 1099s?
1040s, 1099s, 1120s,
Schedule Cs.
Schedule Cs, 1096.
Okay.
And I have clients in Texas, Florida, a lot of young entrepreneurs that's just starting out. We help form their LLCs. We help to guide them through the process because a lot of them don't understand it. So we walk them through the process the first couple of months and show them what's the benefit of owning a business.
Okay, so I heard you speaking on the mileages for the business because some people, yes, they do different trips to the bank. They go to parking lots, they collect those, or whatever it is that they do when it comes to mileage. When you're using your car for personal use also and business, I know it could be a little bit of intertwining there. So what's the best suggestion that you give to a business owner if they're using mileage with their car, even if it's also personal use?
So a lot of the apps during the day, at the end of your trip, it asks is this personal or is this business? So you define at the end of the day what you're doing for that time.
Okay.
So it makes it easier for you. So you don't have to back then we had to log everything manually. But now with the apps like QuickBooks, we use QuickBooks. At the end of the day, it tells you, was this miles for personal or is it for business? And you just swipe left or swipe right, and that's it.
Oh, okay. So that is the one that you guys use is QuickBooks for the taxes?
Correct. We use QuickBooks
clients?
for clients. A lot of them use, forgot the name of the other app, but QuickBooks is the one that we usually recommend.
Okay. Have you ever worked with Tax Act to file for a client and you go in as them?
No.
Okay.
No, we don't use Tax Act, no.
Okay. Those were my questions. Thank you so much. I'm done speaking.
Thank you. Those are good questions. Does anyone else have any questions for Jerry quickly? Otherwise, we'll actually go on to our next speaker. Oh, wait, I see Dakita made a comment. She said, I noticed when you sign up for an LLC, companies solicit you to run your ads. That's a noticing, yes.
Which kind of ads? Is it because of the publication? Like what state is she in? If she's in New York, then they're gonna want her to run her publication. New York is the only state that does that, from what I know.
But if you need someone, the person I used for, publishing was referred to me through Jerry, and I still refer her. She was like very efficient.
Okay, yes, Brooklyn, yeah. Yeah, because if you don't run your publication, after a while, they may audit you. And then if you didn't follow the proper steps, they could just deactivate your LLC.
But I think it would be better to go with someone who's referred to you by like someone you trust rather than just answer one of those random mailings. Because I started getting those as well when I filed my LLC, and I was like, what is this? That's actually how I found out that I needed to publish. I was like, publish? What is this? And the first person I texted was Jerry, because I knew as an accountant, he would know. And I was like, Jerry, what is going on? Yeah. And so he gave me like, a reputable person, and she, took care of me. She didn't just, say she was
Absolutely.
going to do something and not do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So in interest of time, thank you, Jerry, for everything. Everyone give him a clap. Tamika. Oh, wait, to go back, just to be clear. So you are not supposed to ignore those. Well, you could ignore, well, Jerry, you can take the question.
Well, it depends how, like, when did you start the business, right? So you could ignore it until you have the capital to get it done, because you may not have the extra $500 sitting around, right? So if you just started your business in December, you still have time to run the publication, right? Just be mindful you can't do it like a whole year afterwards, right? So try to get, if just reach out to me, I'll contact you with the company that's here in Brooklyn that does it for you. So reach out to me and then I'll take care of it for you.
I mean, but you can ignore the person who mailed you those, advertisements.
Right.
It's just don't ignore the actual process. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Jerry. Again, we're going to move along to our final guest speaker, and it is Schneidine Michel. So she is a financial coach and the owner of Millennial Money Magnet LLC, another LLC in the room. She teaches people how to get out of debt and thrive in their finances. And Schneidine specializes in savings and budgeting, monetizing on social media, and EF stock investing. But she is like the networking, I don't know if I want to say genie, but genius, like star, rock star. So she's going to be speaking to us about networking.
Hi, everybody. Thank you, Beth, so much for having me here. I am grateful to be your guest tonight. So thank you for this platform that you created and having all of us here. I want to thank Jerry Gilbert for being a special guest speaker. Right before I came on, I saw Miss Stephanie Lawrence. I enjoyed hearing from you. And I actually personally want to connect with you because my previous workshops was actually on building business credit while having bad personal credit. So I would love to connect with you. And of course, Beth sat in on that workshop and it was just amazing. I did it last week. Hello, Miss Linda. Hello, Tamika. Good evening. I see Erica's iPhone is on. I see Sherry Ann. Hello, good evening to you. And I see Christopher Moss. Good evening. And D. Ross. I also see LF6. Good evening to you. Yes, I am thrilled to be here. And this is how you connect with people. You call people out by name. You always want to make everybody feel important. And you always want to leave an impact in a room. When you enter a room, everybody should know that you are here, okay? So I want to talk a little bit about the ins and out of networking, because I've talked about finance. I actually just hung up my Clubhouse just to be here because Beth is a very important person. When she asked me to come on, I said, I'll definitely drop everything I'm doing because she is a key person who supports me in any and everything that I do. So by you guys being here, you guys are sharing your time, your energy, your knowledge with her. And I really appreciate that. So the ins and out of networking is very important to me because we want to network, and communicating and connecting with humans is a great thing, okay? I feel a void because now I'm no longer in live events and we're doing this virtually. So the vibration is a little different, but I still have high energy and I still want to give everybody attention. So how I network, the ins and out of networking. I remember P. Diddy said it best, the networking never stops. The growing never stops. The money never stops. So how can you continue growing and networking? Well, I have many things that have worked for me and I'm very happy to share them with you. I started networking first through friends and family, but as a business owner and entrepreneur, I found myself having better business with strangers that I just meet. I promise you, it is the best thing ever. Strangers go above and beyond to support you. They want to be wherever you are. And if you're a good leader, people will go anywhere that you tell them to go. Okay, they'll follow you. The ways that you can network with people, of course, social media, Instagram, Facebook. Now Clubhouse is the newest popular thing. There are different formulas for different platforms. They say that Facebook is the place that your mom, your grandfather, your daddy goes to network, right? That's where everybody's at right now on Facebook. But you can also reconnect with people that you haven't seen since your college days on Facebook. Now, Instagram is more for younger folks, millennials. You could network with people over there and do everything and do ads and do other publications on Instagram so you can network for yourself and for your business. The newest and latest thing on social media right now is Clubhouse. Now, Clubhouse is an app and it's only on iPhone. This has been the newest, most innovative way that I have been networking with like-minded people, entrepreneurs, serialpreneurs, mompreneurs, millionaires, multimillionaires, even billionaires are on Clubhouse. They are giving people the blueprint of how to conduct business, how to get sales, how to get sponsorships, how to get mentorships. You have to place yourself where you want to be. And also, I would advise for you, while you're networking, get a coach, because when you get a coach, you can look up to them and they can actually help you go along the way. Here are some ways that you can network. You could actually network by going on Eventbrite. This was one way that I got a lot of leads, a lot of clients. If you're a speaker, you can go to Eventbrite, contact the organizers and say, hey, I'm a financial coach. I see what you're doing. I see you have an event coming up in April. I would like to lend my services to you. Now, what are you doing? It could be you're offering your service, you're offering your time, you're also offering your expertise. Now, I like to personally do paid speaking engagements, okay? Because one, you're knowledgeable, your time needs to be paid for, but sometimes you got to do something. It's not for free, but it's for an opportunity. And when I'm saying an opportunity, that means when you talk to the organizer can say, hey, I don't have a budget to give you, but this is what I can give you. They already have a platform, they have an audience. It is important wherever you go to have an audience. If you don't have an audience, then you're not talking to anybody. You can't generate leads. You cannot generate clients in an empty room, right? So the organizer should have an audience for you, one, where you can, two, promote yourself, promote your book, promote your expertise, promote your knowledge, or promote your YouTube, whatever you got going on, you can promote yourself. So that's why sometimes when they offer me speaking opportunities and they don't have a budget, I said, okay, it's not a free speaking engagement, it's for an opportunity. You never know who's in the audience of anywhere you go, and you never know who's in the rooms of anywhere that you go. So always make yourself pleasant, always make yourself known. And how do you network? You got to get in front of people. Eyeballs need to see you. Another way that you can network is creating your own Facebook group. Okay, this here is very important to me because I have been personally in many other Facebook groups of other people's. And what I noticed was somebody was trying to mute me. One thing I know is people want to be seen and people want to be heard. and you cannot mute people when you have a platform. Okay, so what I did was I created a Facebook group. It's called Dope and Dynamic Women's Group, and with that, it's a safe place where women can come, they can promote themselves, they can network, they can collaborate, they can promote their businesses, they offer each other advice, they offer freebies, they promote their YouTubes on there. It's a safe place and it's an amazing place. And thank you, Beth, for being a part of it.
Oh, it's fun. It is fun. Yes.
Yes,
It's great. I
and
got kicked out of Facebook groups because I would like offer help sometimes. So yeah, it's better to have our own groups where we
absolutely.
don't do that to people.
Yes. So another way you can network, yourself, of course, you collaborate with people. Collaboration is key. Why? Because you never know what audience your other person you're collaborating with has. They may have a bigger platform than you may have. They have people that you've never seen before. They have people that you never talked before. And sometimes when you go into a new audience, they would respect you and say, oh, who is she? I want to get in touch with her. I want to connect with her. And you're building new relationships. I always want to continue building new relationships because I love people. I'm a people person. I am an introvert internally, but I'm also an extrovert because I'll be the first one on the dance floor, but sometimes I like my little quiet time. You know what I mean? So network yourself, collaborating, partnering with other companies. This is how you can network. When you have value, you bringing something big to the table, you are the table. Okay, so when you want to partner with big companies or banks or corporations, they got to see the value in you to partner with you, to invest in you, to spend time with you, to collaborate with you. Otherwise they won't promote you. What I did was very strategic. How I move is very strategic. I did a workshop early last year before COVID happened, and I was able to partner with TD Bank, and it was kind of challenging, but I got it done because I said I'm not going to stop, and I didn't even stop. I ended up getting the VP of TD Bank to come. I ended up getting his assistant to come. They stayed for the whole workshop and gave us gifts and gave us tips. It was just so amazing. When you're able to collaborate with banks that will actually take out time to come and spend with you and your network, you're off to a great start. So I would suggest for you to network, go to your public banks and go to speak with the VPs or the manager of the branch and say, hey, I want to do a community outreach and I need your help. Do you guys have a budget for me and my company? Can you assist me with that? And have set dates, be prepared, because sometimes when you're going somewhere, you may not know where to go. You may not know who to talk to. You may not know what to say when. I'm sorry. I'm here. You guys see me?
Yes, we see you.
Okay. Yes, you may not know what to say when you get there, but always be prepared with your paperwork because they want to see proof that you are a legitimate business owner and that you are Googleable. Okay. So those are my tips for networking.
Awesome tips. Yes. So does anyone have any questions? Thank you, Schneidine. You gave some really good advice. Eventbrite is definitely a good
I
spot.
can't hear. Hello?
Uh-oh.
Did anyone have any questions?
Does anyone have any questions for her?
I just had a comment. I knew that she was definitely on Clubhouse when she said, I'm done speaking. I'm very active on Clubhouse. Very active on Clubhouse, and I second that. It's kept me very busy.
Yes.
In a good way. I haven't been
I-
this busy in my business.
Oh, wow. Good. Congratulations.
I noticed that. Hi, Tamika. I noticed that Clubhouse can keep people very busy, and it's something that could be very addictive. But you know, you just got to use it to your advantage and use it whenever you feel like using it, and hang up that phone when you need to hang up that phone. Otherwise, you're gonna get sucked in throughout the whole day, and you got business or whatever that you got to run. So yeah, so you just got to be careful with
No,
that.
I actually mean it in a good way as far as, you know, people been, you know, going on my website, booking appointments and things of that sort. I mean, actually taking it off of the platform and reaching out to me. I held a webinar last week, Saturday, and it was my first webinar for the business. And it was like 85 people signed up. And
Oh,
I
great.
think, and I can definitely say that at least, I would say about 60%, if not more, definitely came from Clubhouse.
Clubhouse is popping. I mean, I can't believe how serious people are over there. When they say they're going to do something, they do it immediately while they're talking to you. Like, I'm already in your DM. Like, they're very serious. And I was like, wow, this is such a very powerful platform. How come more people are not serious like this on Instagram or Facebook? People, hey, Clubhouse is very serious, and I love it. I love that platform. Do we have any questions?
No, you gave me some really good ideas. So thank you for those tips.
Oh, thank you, Stephanie. Absolutely. Okay, so I want to say something. Is it time to promote yourself, Beth? You lead. I'm sorry.
No, finish. I want you to finish what you were going to say.
Okay, so what I got coming up next, starting next week, I'm conducting the 6-week program again, which it's a course, is Get Out of the Red and Into the Black program. And that consists of everything from investing in ETF stocks, showing everything about that, because I was lost in corporate. I didn't know these talks. I was like, what are they talking about? They're talking about the Dow is down and the S&P is up. I didn't know the lingo, and I learned it and I gained the skills, and I am going to teach people how to gain stocks, how to get stocks, how to sell stocks, how to gain dividends, along with savings and budgeting, along with building business credit. I heard you say that before, while getting personal credit, and 3 other courses, monetizations, and everything else in between. So if you guys are interested, I'll leave my information here. Can I do that?
Yes.
In the chat?
Yeah, drop the link in the chat. Also, I'm gonna send
Okay.
it out in an email. So Stephanie, if you can resend me that freebie that you sent, and I'll like put it
Okay.
back out to everyone, because
Sure.
there were a lot of people who signed up for our workshop. I'm not sure what happened to them, but life happens. And then I know, Jerry, you had some tax things coming up. So did you want to speak about that?
So the deadline for business to file their return is March 15th. So anyone that's looking to get their taxes done before March 15th, you could do so, or you could file an extension if you're gonna miss that deadline.
Thank you for reminding us on that.
Yeah, I need to get things out now,
Absolutely.
tomorrow, yesterday, something.
Yes, indeed.
Almost.
And so I'll put that in the chat. And also, guys, I will ask that if you guys can please follow me on my YouTube channel. I will plug it in here. I give a lot of money tips in regards to everything else in between. And I have guests that is on the YouTube with me with the Money Talk Mondays. So you guys can check that out. I'll leave it in the link. Please subscribe, like, and comment. I would appreciate it so much.
Absolutely. Anybody who wants to follow me could follow me on Jerry Gilbert 18 on IG.
Can you put it in the chat? I think that everyone should. So yeah, so we're going to wrap up. I would like you guys to definitely exchange information. So you guys should all put in the chat however you want to be contacted. Email
Okay,
us.
I'll do that too.
Bill.
Sure.
So drop your email as well as your LinkedIn, your YouTube. your Clubhouse, your what else is there? Instagram, Twitter, whatever handles you prefer.
You want us to email it to you or put it in the chat?
You can put it in the chat, but also like if you can email the freebie to me, then I'm gonna put it into like a final email. But yeah, definitely drop your info in the chat too, and then follow each other. And does anyone have anything who is a small business? Does anyone have any programs coming up that they want to share? Tamika, you were saying you had a lot of business, leads from Clubhouse. Do you have any courses or anything coming up soon?
Not courses. I will plan another webinar for women in March, just highlighting the industry. I'm in the franchise industry. I'm a franchise consultant. So I assist you with owning your business by that path of franchises or other business models.
Perfect. Awesome. So yes, definitely connect with Tamika so you can be up to date with her upcoming webinars. Stephanie, do you have any specific workshops or courses that are coming up soon for you?
I know I just wrapped up my business credit boot camp. We're not opening that for a while, but yeah, I just wrapped that up. So no, but if you want to join my Facebook group, it's the Credit to Cash Movement for Entrepreneurs. We do live trainings in there every Wednesday. So you'll learn a lot about personal credit, business credit as well. And then if you're interested in learning how to start your own credit improvement business, we do that as well. So the Credit to Cash Movement for Entrepreneurs Facebook group is where I do most of my stuff.
Awesome. Awesome. And then you can follow her for when her next boot camp happens.
Yes.
In the future.
Yes.
And Linda, and then Linda, I know you are now coaching authors for writing. Do you have anything coming up in the near future?
I don't in the near future. I actually have a online course that I created last year for writers, and it's on teachable.com. So there's a free course there on how to overcome your writing fears, and then there's a paid course on the steps to writing your book, from coming up with the title all the way to book launch and marketing. And I also have I just started a YouTube channel where I give writing tips. It's every other week. I have a blog, so I do the blog one week and then the YouTube videos the next week with just free tips on writing. So yeah, and I'm doing Zoom etiquette courses as well for the business etiquette portion.
Oh, perfect. Awesome. Yes, definitely for etiquette, Linda is your expert. Etiquette expert. I like the alliteration. Yeah. Awesome. And oh, you know what, Schneidine? I'm so sorry. I forgot to have everyone give you a clap because you did such a great job and you came with such amazing energy and passion. So give Schneidine a clap. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
She is definitely a powerhouse of energy. And Stephanie, you also, you laid out all the steps and told us not to skip anything. So yeah, very, very organized. Awesome. And Jerry, I liked how you tied everything in and brought it all together for what Stephanie offered as information. You just kind of filled it up a little bit better to clarify for everyone what they need to do to strengthen their businesses. So the three of you, I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. But we're definitely over by 18 minutes and I want to wrap it up. But okay, so I have this t-shirt that I'm wearing.
Nice.
It's Zora. If you don't know Zora, then I don't know what to say right now. She wrote one of my favorite books. She wrote one of my favorite books in one of my favorite countries. Their eyes were watching God. I believe she wrote it when she was in Haiti, like knocked it out in like a week or something.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, this is made by one of our listed entrepreneurs, Designs by T. And so I have an extra t-shirt that she wanted to do as a giveaway. So I put everyone's name. It's so hard and awkward doing a raffle when you're by yourself. I promise. I put everyone's name who registered for the workshop in here. So there's actually a lot more papers than there are people. So if I pull someone's name out that's not here, they don't get the prize. But the first person I pull out who is in our workshop, I going to close my eyes. So awkward. I need someone to help me with this, but whatever. Tracy, who is not here. Okay, so we'll do this again. Sherry Ann, who is here.
Yay!
Sherry Ann, we're gonna be twins. We're gonna have the same t-shirt, thanks to Designs by T. So I don't have your address, but I'll get your address. And then also, again, Sherry Ann, wait, you can't win 2 prizes. Because you also were the first person here.
Of course she can.
That's not.
Yes, I can.
What's the
Probabilities
third
are
person?
in her favor.
It's 2021. I won 2. Year of winning.
Do you want the cash prize, Sherry?
The cash prize, yes.
Or do you want the t-shirt prize? Pick your prize. Huh?
The cash prize.
Okay, so I'm gonna pull one more.
How about I take
Cash is
both?
king.
I think it's. I mean, I know that. I just think it's not fair for one person. I want everyone to have a chance.
You are so sweet.
I'm the host, so I get to make these rules. Linda. Lindsay,
Yay!
So congratulations.
Look at that.
No, I got a cash prize as well.
oh my God.
Oh, okay.
Just
That
give
was
it to
here
Sherry Ann.
second.
She won it.
You know what? I could.
Pick another one.
I'm just gonna
Pick another name.
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're all
We
winners
picking
here.
all night.
You get a prize. You get a prize.
You get a
Okay, this idea in my brain was a lot easier than it is. Carl signed up, not here, Sherry Ann, or not Sherry Ann, Schneidine. You can
Yeah,
tell his
he's
name was called.
out and about. Uh-huh.
Vanetta, not here. Oh God. Tanya. I don't think Tanya's here either. See, I told you there were supposed to be a lot of people. Let's just keep going here. Lewis, okay. This is for Christopher.
Yeah.
You're going to get this t-shirt. And if you don't like it, you can gift it to a lady of your choice, okay? So congratulations, Christopher. They all missed
They
out.
all missed out. Yes, they
Look at
did.
all
They all
these
missed out.
papers here.
March is coming, Women's Month, so you could give it to somebody.
That's right.
Yes, it's a great Women's Month gift, Christopher. I will get your address. You can email me that, please, or I will follow up with you. Congratulations. So that's our awkward ending to tonight, the fun raffle. So thank you guys all. I appreciate your time. I appreciate the
You're welcome.
speaker's time. And yes, and this is all recorded, so you guys will all get copies. You can use it if you're a speaker for your own, professional use as well. Why not?
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have
Have a good night, guys. And I hope to connect with you. I had to take screenshots, so I'll connect with you guys that way so I don't lose it.
Absolutely.
Yes, I'm not going to end the meeting immediately. So if anyone needs to go through and get any last contact info, please do so.
Yes. And I left my link there so you guys could subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Oh,
Thank you
perfect.
so much. Yes, thank you.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Have a
Good night. Oh, hi, Juanita. I didn't see you there before.